So hello all. I hope everyone
Hi.
is doing well. My name is Tapti and I speak on behalf of Teach Smart. I am your host and your dost today for this particular webinar. And today's webinar is all about creating your own brand, right? Your online teaching brand. No matter what walk of life you come from, it's about how you represent yourself best, correct? So today we have with us somebody very special. Her name is Mrs. Varuna Mehta, and she is a IELTS, GRE, and GMAT trainer. She's a British Council certified English coach, and she has worked in this industry for over 17 years. And she will be talking to you about how you can create your online teaching brand. And along with that, she will share how her story of creating an online teaching brand goes. Over to you, Varuna ma'am. You may now continue, take over, and you can speak about, you just do your magic.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this unique and informative webinar on learning the technique of converting teaching into a brand. It's so good to see you all here. Thank you so much for being here and, trying to learn something new in this field so that you can grow as individuals, as professionals. But before I start, I would like to share a small story with you. I'd like to share the story of an educator with you. She's somebody I know very closely. She started teaching English to class 9 and 10 students in the year 2004. After getting a good response from her learners, she felt that she could stretch herself further in this field. She started preparing herself for teaching English to class 11 and class 12 students, and very soon was able to do that. As time passed, she felt that she needed a professional edge to strengthen her foothold in this domain. So she took some professional courses in IELTS, GRE, and GMAT training. And over the next 2-3 years, she transitioned into being a proficient trainer for these examinations. From what I have just narrated, you must have seen that this woman broke out of her comfort zone every time she felt that she was stagnating. Today, she has been able to make a decent name and brand for herself in the English teaching industry. Well, you may now want to know who I'm talking about. Although I think you must have guessed by now, it's me that I've been talking about all along. So I'm Varuna Mehta, your speaker for this webinar today. As already mentioned by Tapti, I'm an IELTS, GRE, and GMAT trainer and also a published author. In this webinar, I'll share some strategies and tips on brand building with you, which I have personally used over the years to create a niche for myself as an English trainer. But before I start, I would just like to have your idea about what you think a brand is. Can I have some, responses in the chat section about what do you think a brand is actually all about? Just, 2-3 words or a small line if you can type in. Let me know what you think a brand is.
Let's see how interactive our audience is today.
This is going to be an interactive session, so please keep the responses coming. Trusted name with goodwill. Yeah, that's a good answer, Urvi. Recognition. Parul says recognition. Okay.
एक सेकंड
Brand is a connection. That's a very good answer. Yes, every brand is a connection because it gives you an opportunity to connect with like-minded people with communities in general. That's a very good answer from Shweta.
Can I request the teachers to just mute your microphone so that it's easier?
Yeah, I think somebody is on the audio. Yeah.
Thank you.
I can see many people whose audios are on. Could you just mute yourself, everybody, please? And let us have the responses on the chat section. You can connect with me there. Identification and a bond. Gurukul says, Jyoti, a brand means people trusted easily. Okay. Yeah. So all of them are very good responses that you've given me about what you think a brand is. So simply put, if I have to put it very simply, a brand is the way a company, organization, or an individual is perceived by the world around you, you know. So though the term branding is usually associated with big organizations, professionals like you and me, we have great branding potential. You have your own story to tell, you have your own expertise to share. So you can build a very good brand out of your own experiences and skills. A personal brand is all about who you are, what you stand for, the values you embrace, and the way you express those values. Your brand should communicate your inherent strengths to the people that you are interacting with. It should establish your reputation, build trust, and highlight the unique attributes that you intend to bring to your industry. I'll just share some slides with you side by side so that you get a better idea. Tapti, can I make you the co-host because there are some people who are waiting to be admitted in the meeting?
Sure, ma'am. Absolutely.
Just a minute. I made you the host. So please admit the people who want to join the meeting.
Sure.
Right. So as I was talking about what a personal brand is, so it should establish your reputation, build good trust with people. It should highlight what unique attributes you are capable of bringing in your industry. I know I'm addressing a very accomplished bunch of educators here. So, you all are masters in your respective fields. So let's talk specifically about what brand building, can mean to you, can mean to me as an educator. So the first question to consider here is, what do people find on the internet when they Google your name? That is something that I think all of us, if you are interested in building a brand, you need to think about this question. What is it that people find online when they Google your name? I'm sure you want them to find information that presents you as a great educator, as a great teacher to them. Now, what steps you should take so that you have a professional presence on the internet is what personal branding is all about. It develops your image as a professional and shows that you're a skilled and trustworthy educator. Your brand can demonstrate that you offer the best lessons in your field for the current generation of learners. Now, to start with what the process of brand building entails, there are three major steps in doing that, in creating an impressionable online brand for yourself. And I call them the 3 A's. So the 3 A's of creating a good personal brand would be aspiration, your availability, and your adaptability. So let's take up these 3 steps one by one. Let's get started with the first step, which is aspiration. Now, this is your aspiration as a trainer and educator that I'm talking about here. The process of brand building has to commence with a self-assessment of your current standing. You should be able to interpret where your current standing as a professional in your own field is. You should sit down to ask yourself some important questions, like I have made a list of these questions, which you can just, sincerely ask yourself and assess where you are currently at. So you would ask yourself what you stand for, what are your values, your ethics, and your beliefs, because they would in a way influence the brand that you eventually create. What are you passionate about? That is very, very important. Your brand building has to be about a field which you find a lot of passion for. What areas of work do you excel in? What inspires you? What are your challenges? You should also be aware of what your challenges are. Sometimes there are certain things which we are not able to do very well. So it's better not to touch those topics which we find ourselves a little handicapped in, and only work on the things that describe our strengths as an individual, as a professional. What is your cornerstone topic? Now, that's a very, very important question. Your cornerstone topic is basically your specialization. So you could be an academic teacher who can help students get good academic grades. Or you could also be a yoga trainer, a Zumba teacher, an astrology trainer, a numerology trainer who's a learned professional. So what is your cornerstone topic? What is your specialization? You should build your brand around that. Also, what do you want to be known for? I'm sure you would want to be known for something that describes your speciality as an individual. Also, try to assess what people think about you as a professional right now. What is your perception? What people's perception about you as an individual is. That is also a very important thing to consider. Do they see you as a credible name in your field, or do you still have some work to do in that regard? So take a moment to analyze your social media profiles like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and see what they showed you as to the world outside. Remember, your online image is associated very closely by people to your offline persona. So do take some time out to contemplate on what your aspiration or out of brand building is. So this step is usually a precursor to a very good and solid groundwork for the next steps. So now that we have talked about the first step, let us have a few answers in the chat box about what your aspirations are. I would just like to have a few answers. I mean, let's start right now. Some aspirations coming up from you people. What do you think you are capable of achieving? What your aspiration today as a professional is? So can I have some answers in the chat box, please? Any aspiration that you can think of, any personal aspiration that you can think of? You are all such ambitious people here, ambitious educators, I'm sure. Okay. So Karpagam, if I am pronouncing your name correct. So you want to be a chess coach. Excellent. Maths tutor, Shweta Bansal says maths tutor. Chess, by the way, is such an interesting game to learn. I remember enrolling my child for these chess sessions when he was a teenager. He had a blast learning the nuances of the game. It's a very interesting and a very.
It's nice to hear, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Aspiration to have a fitness ed tech. Nisha says yoga instructor. Parul Jain. It's so nice to see teachers from across the board. Everybody is. We have such a varied background of teachers here, which is so interesting to watch. And it's such an interactive platform that we are on today. So much to learn from each other. Vijaya Gupta says early childhood education and childcare. Well, that's such a nice stream to be in. Kids yoga expert, Bindu says. Educator for all subjects to children. Okay. Jyoti says Hindi teacher 6 to 12 standards. So that's really nice. All of you have such bright aspirations for yourself. And I'm sure, if you have this thing clear in your mind about what you eventually see yourself as, say 5 years, 2 years, 3 years down the line, it in fact pretty much sets the tone for what you are capable of achieving. So now that we've talked about the first step, let's go to the next step, which is very important again. I'll just share the screen with you. Tapti, please enable screen sharing. I'm not able to share the screen. I think I'm the participant right now, right? So that's why probably. Tapti, can you hear me?
Just check if it is okay.
Yes, I can do that. Right. So minute. Okay. Now, the second step, fellow educators, is the most crucial one, which is your availability on various digital platforms. Teachers during the current times, especially with the pandemic scenario, it is an extremely imperative step to build an exceptional digital presence as a professional. Now, not all online platforms will work for you. You have to see where your target audience or clientele is most active on. There are certain platforms on which they are very active. So you have to be seen very vividly on those platforms. So for example, if you are a numerology trainer or a yoga trainer, you should see which social media platform your audience or your clientele is very active on. And then be available there, post content on a regular basis there so that you come across as the best choice for your learners. So you have to see which platforms will be the most beneficial to be active on for you individually. So how to create a good online presence? There are certain things which you can do. So you can start your own YouTube channel to start with. You can create your own YouTube channel, upload your video courses there. There are certain apps also like Udemy and Coursera which give you the option of uploading your course content. So you can create small courses there, and that's a good start. That's a good way to start your online availability as a teacher. But make sure that your course content has some valuable takeaways. So if you are a music teacher, your course should have something that no other music teacher on the internet is offering. So deliver value in your lessons. That's very important. Also add to the visual appeal of your online courses. In virtual classrooms, it's very important that you have an attractive and engaging environment. Add eye-catchy thumbnails to your videos, and appealing images should be there in the backdrop of your videos. To price your courses, you should see what your competitors are charging, and then you can position yourself accordingly. Generate word of mouth around your courses by sharing course links with your peers, with your friends, or you could also send marketing emails on information about your new courses. All these steps help in building momentum around your name. So it really helps to have good quality video content on the internet about your courses. One tip that I would like to share here is to shoot your videos with a good quality camera, and if possible, also use a good microphone for recording. I personally find Boya microphone and Canon camera very useful when I'm filming video lessons for my students. So make sure you keep these tips in mind. And if possible, use professional editing software, like you have plenty of them, OpenShot, Blender, VideoPad, which will give your videos a clearer and a polished finish. So all these things are important for shooting videos. So the next slide is actually about that only. So how to build good quality videos. It's about all the things that I've talked about. Another fantastic way of garnering attention as an educator is to start your own blog. Especially if you're an academic teacher, you can share some useful links to resources there, or you can share some informative video lessons for students. Blogging also makes it easier for you to connect with like-minded people and teachers across the world. With every post that you share on your blog, your knowledge of the subject would be visible to your peers and learners, and that is going to make your teacher brand stronger. You can invite open discussions there through writing prompts or through interesting conversation starters. So blogging definitely helps a great deal. And so good blogging sites which you can explore would be Tumblr. Blogger, of course, is very good. I have my blog there. It's been there for many years. So Blogger, again, gives you many advantages as a professional blogger and an educator. WordPress, again, is a very good site, and Medium also. So you can just explore these sites along the way. Okay. One more thing that ensures great online visibility is to have a personal website. How many educators here have a personal website? Anybody? Could you just Type a yes or a no, whether you have a, you have, okay. Aarti has, Vijaya Gupta also have, that's excellent. Many people here, yes, on YouTube. Shweta Bansal, acha, okay, you have a YouTube channel. Excellent. Bindu, yeah, I have. Parul Jain, you have a YouTube channel. Okay, great. So it is such a valuable tool in brand building. Personally speaking, I have benefited a great deal from my personal website. All the information about my courses and my contact details are listed on my website, and I'm comfortably able to address all inquiries from my prospective students. So it really helps to have a a personal website. A great addition to your website could be some valuable tips and advice that you can offer to the readers to add value to their knowledge. So that can be offered to anybody who visits your website. And you have some great website building apps like Wix, Weebly, and Squarespace. You can explore these website building apps. They are really good. And in fact, you can create your website for free on Wix. Initially, if you want to just see how your website grows along the way, you can just create it for free. And if you feel it's gathering momentum, you can always go for a paid thing later on. And if you haven't already, please do start your own website. It really helps. So in your website, one thing to always mention would be a great positioning statement. Now, what is a positioning statement? So a positioning statement is basically 1 or 2 lines that state your claim in your industry and differentiates you from your competitors. So the template of a positioning statement would be something like this. I offer dash, which is your product, for target audience. What is your target audience? To your value proposition. So for example, I am an English trainer. So for me, a good positioning statement could be something like this. I offer English classes for IELTS, GRE and GMAT students to help them get their desired results. So whatever you are specialized in and whatever you are offering as an educator should be clearly mentioned in your positioning statement. Right? That is, I think it is clear, and it should be definitely there on your website. Your website should also have a brand name. Just a minute. Okay. It should have a brand name, a catchy slogan, and an attractive logo as well. For generating a good brand name, you can use Shopify's business name generator. That's a very good tool. It gives you very good brand names to start with. And you should also have a good slogan. So how to write a good slogan? Let's see some examples of good slogans. These are 3 premier brands, and you can see their slogans. Apple says, think different. Nike says, just do it. Red Bull gives you wings. So as you can see, these slogans are very terse and brief, but still they leave an impression on the reader. They pique the curiosity of the reader. So if you have a hard time coming up with a good slogan, again, you have Shopify's slogan maker tool, which you can explore to come up with good slogans. You also have a logo maker in Shopify. So Shopify is like a one-stop shop. You can create good value for your website. Everything is available on Shopify. So a good logo, a good brand name, a good slogan, all of these things are available on Shopify. So you can create a professional feel for your website. And make sure you state your area of specialization in your website. Your website is going to be the headquarters from where you would be, where you would be directing your client traffic towards. So make sure it is updated at regular intervals. Delete any information which you think is irrelevant or uninteresting. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next step now.
Ma'am, can I just interrupt you for like 1 second?
Please.
So the meeting is going to all the teachers. Can I have your cameras on, please, so that I know everybody's alive, everybody's enthusiastic about this. So the right now, the to in another 10 minutes. So we will try whatever is left of the presentation. However, you also get certificates that did you can join again. You can, put queries to map.
Shakti, your voice is lagging for me. I can't make out anything.
We cannot hear. You're not audible.
Tapti, are you there?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Yes, you
Okay, no problem. Ma'am, you can continue with your
I think what you want
presentation.
to
I
say
will
is
just
that-
type in the message in the
Okay.
chat box.
All right. So let's move on to the next step, which I think is the most vital step in online brand building, which is to have an extremely interesting social media presence. So I'm sure all of you have your profiles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but just go through your profiles to see whether they are establishing your brand presence in any way, or are they very generic like every other person's is. What is so special about your profile on these social media handles which will help you establish yourself as a brand, especially for trainers in the field of yoga, Zumba, music, and astrology, occult sciences? For you all, it is very, very important that your social media handles portray your specialization in most of the posts that you share. So your profile should be visually attractive so that it reflects your offering to your learners. You can share fun facts about your subject, or you can initiate informative quizzes also about your specialization. On Facebook and Insta, of course, you have the option of doing live sessions, which makes it easier for you to connect with your potential clients. But again, as I said before, make sure there is something unique in your offerings. Give them something which nobody in your field is offering, and you will have a credible client base to network with. For academic educators, a personal recommendation would be to have a very good LinkedIn profile. Research has shown that most recruiters these days leverage LinkedIn to find high quality candidates. All your professional degrees, educational qualifications, certifications should be clearly listed in your LinkedIn profile. And you can also, in fact, state your passions and interests beyond your, professional strengths. So this adds strength to your profile. Use a professional photograph which is closely cropped to your face. Your LinkedIn profile should have all these elements clearly defined. So that was all about how to have a good social media impression. Now this brings us to the final step towards brand building, which is adaptability. Friends, we have all seen with the current pandemic how all educators had to harness the power of digital media in order to make sure that their teaching sessions continue seamlessly. Many teachers who were initially not very comfortable with technology had a tough time adopting to this new normal. So what I want to say here is that your adaptation towards all forms of teaching modalities will ensure that your personal brand is popular and widely visible. So you have to harness the power of digital media in a nice manner. You have to prove to your learners that you are a tech-savvy educator. In fact, people will respect you more when they see that your teaching methods meet the needs of modern-day learners. Use the most recent technology in your sessions and keep yourself updated with the new platforms that emerge in the domain. Can I have some names from you all about the educational tools that you are already using online? You're all teachers here, so some online platforms that you're already using. Zoom, of course, yes. Zoom is the platform that we are currently on. Google Meet, yes. Teams, WebEx, Blue Jeans. Quizzes, Nearpod, yes, Nearpod again is very nice. Zoom and Skype.
Can we all mute our microphones, please?
Hangout, yes, Hangout is there. Please, somebody's microphone is on. Please see who it is. So there is this list which I've created about some important EdTech tools which you can explore as educators. So you have Socrative, which is a digital tool that can assess your students' knowledge and launch various assessments on your behalf. Then there is Canva, which is 100% free, and it's a super handy tool for giving handouts to your students. AudioBoo is excellent if you want to broadcast announcements to your students. AudioBoo allows you to do just that. It helps you record 3-minute podcasts, which you can publish instantly from your smartphone. It automatically posts to your social media handles also, like Facebook and Twitter. Google Hangout, yes, it's like Zoom. It helps you create a free video conference for about 10 people. And it records the session via YouTube, which you can archive for viewing later on. Nearpod, of course, is very, very popular among, it's a popular tool among teachers these days. If I am not mistaken, in fact, TeachSmart had organized a webinar on the usage of Nearpod, which I'm sure many of you would have already attended. So this application is very teacher friendly, and it allows users to present multimedia lessons that students can upload on their mobile devices. Pocket is another tool that gives you an option to quickly save articles, videos, and web content that is relevant to your class lectures. EduCreation is again a personal favorite. It's an interactive whiteboard app that allows you to create easy to follow tutorial for students. So you can record audios, create diagrams, give instructions covering any topic. And you can even share your lessons via email or via Twitter. You can do that. So this is just an exhaustive list of important EdTech tools which you should be exploring and incorporating into your training regime. When we talk about adaptability, dear friends, it is also very important to keep breaking out of your comfort zones. Keep trying new methods to elevate yourself professionally. Take risks, hone your craft, keep bettering yourself every day. Read relevant books on your subject. Attend online seminars, go to educational workshops, do all you can to gather as much knowledge as you can about your subject. Remember, we are all lifelong learners, and the knowledge that we accumulate along the way stands us in very good stead in brand building. Join as many teaching communities as you can. You are already on one excellent teaching community. This community here called TeachSmart is allowing you to learn so much from other educators, and it is offering you excellent networking opportunities. So the more connections you make and the more knowledge you provide in your interactions with other people, more recognition your brand will also get. Building a brand is equivalent to building a community of which you are the epicenter. So assume leadership roles in your communities and establish your USP. Something unique, which I've been saying again and again, which nobody in your community is offering, and which, it has got to be something which your learners come to you for. So if I have to share, personally speaking, my USP as an English trainer is that I offer 3 new words to my learners at the end of each session. I encourage them to use these 3 new words in their spoken and written communication. So because of this practice, my students have been able to enrich their vocabulary, and I have come to be known as the only English teacher in my vicinity to offer this unique addition to my readers. So that's what makes my personal brand stand out from the rest. So this was just to give you an example, right? So, okay, teachers, I hope these tips have been helpful to you in understanding how brand building can be done. We educators have how you can market your brand. So create a marketing plan and be consistent with posting regular valuable content on your digital platforms. So even 20 to 30 dedicated minutes per day would make a lot of difference in building a good brand. There is one story that I would like to narrate of Byju's. Do we have the time, Tapti? I don't know. Tapti, I can't hear you.
You can go ahead.
Okay. So sometimes out of personal brands can emerge great organizations also. So a classic example of that would be the premier online tutoring organization in India today, which is Byju's. So do you know how Byju's earned so much recognition as a brand? Let me give you their little backstory. So Baiju Ravindran was an engineer in Kerala working with a UK-based shipping company when he began helping a few friends to crack the entrance test to the IIMs. Starting with small groups of students, he graduated to teaching from large auditoriums and then via VSAT. He launched the Byju's app in 2015, and as you can see, for him since then, there has been no looking back. It is the most coveted online learning app in today's time and age. In fact, very recently, it has secured a deal for acquiring Blackstone-backed Akash Educational Services for $1 billion. So, well, you can just see what a strong brand is capable of achieving. So your personal brand builds your professional reputation, threads together a series of pieces that tell the story of who you are and what you offer. Your learners need a reason to choose to learn from you, and your brand helps them get that reason. Friends, there are 300 million brands in the world today. Make sure you create a unique one for yourself that stands out and creates an impression. Your brand is the sum total of all the impressions that you make on the audience. Keep making those impressions confidently, relentlessly, and with panache, and sky is going to be the limit for you. This brings us to the end of this presentation. I wish you all lots of luck with building your personal brands. And I would also like to thank Teach Smart and Nishu ma'am for giving me this excellent opportunity to connect with fellow educators today. What all can I say? I mean, it's been an excellent learning opportunity. Thank you so much, everyone, for your precious time and attention. And for those of you who have any questions or doubts, I'm here to answer your questions to the best of my capacity. Tapti, you can take over from here, please.
To all the teachers, the chat box is open for any queries. I have also sent forward a link जहाँ पे आप press करके आप अपना e-certificate generate कर सकते हो. And by that time, the others can obviously ask for questions, if any, to ma'am.
Thank you so much for your appreciation. I'm happy that you have been able to benefit. I mean, I can see so many messages where everybody is appreciating the valuable tips that you got. I just hope you implement them, and we have good brands coming up now for all of you. Any questions, friends, that anybody wants to ask any question?
Are there any queries from any teachers? Anything that you wish to ask Varuna ma'am about?
There is one question, Tapti. Online tutoring has become extremely competitive. How do we gain the extra edge? Yeah, so this question was from, I can't see the name. Okay.
Vijaya ma'am.
Vijaya ma'am. So Vijaya ma'am, yes, of course, everything is online these days, especially with this pandemic thing. Almost all teachers have moved online and they are taking digital sessions. How do you gain that extra edge? You have to be, you have to define your USP. What is it that you can offer to your learners, which nobody else in your community or in your industry is offering? Identify that and bring that to your video lessons, to your online lessons. Also, make sure that, as I said, you have a personal website, a blog. These extra bits might take up some of your time, some of your resources, but they will go a long way in establishing you as somebody who's different from the rest of the community. So do offer your students something. I've been reiterating it in the webinar that, you need to offer something which nobody else in your community is offering. Believe you me, that's the only thing which will, take you far as an educator, will take you leaps ahead as a trainer. There has got to be some human qualities also. There are some teachers who are extremely helpful, extremely cooperative, extremely friendly with their students. So that also establishes a good impression on your on your learners, and wants them to come back to you time and again. So it's not just the knowledge that you give them, but also how you approach them personally. That makes a lot of difference. So online, yes, the tools you can use to gain an edge, and as an individual, as a professional, incorporate certain qualities in yourself, incorporate certain tips in your online courses, bring out your USP, and I'm sure you'll get a good edge over your competitors. Is it okay to share personal contact number on social media? How safe would it be? On your personal website, it is pretty safe. But yes, I would not suggest that you share your phone number or your or very intimate personal details on social media handles. Of course, Facebook, Twitter, Insta is not the place to share your personal numbers. But yes, on your website, you can easily do that. How to reach international students? Well, you have many communities. I personally have been a part of UFaber. So I used to teach IELTS students there. I was a trainer with them, and I could, in fact, I was put in touch with people across the world there. My learners came from Egypt, New Zealand, Australia, US. You could, reach everybody. So there are many forums online today which you can enroll yourself in as trainers, and they will put you in touch with international students.
Ma'am, Bindu ma'am has asked, at 50, is it possible?
Oh, age is just a number, Bindu ma'am. I'm 45 and raring to go. What stops you? Age is just a number. It's nothing. People start as late as 65, at 70. So what is stopping us? We have half our lives still there with us. The sky is the limit. Please don't let that stop you from going where you want to. Please be positive about everything. I think sometimes we put, these blocks on ourselves unnecessarily. So don't do that. Please don't do that. I believe that you should keep learning always. There should be no limit to what you can learn, when you can learn, and how you can learn. So much of information is scattered online today. There are certain things which back in the day were not possible to learn, but today, because of digital media, we are able to learn everything that we want to. So please don't let something as small as your age stop you from getting to where you want to in life. Please.
So I hope all your doubts are clear, and you have obviously clicked on the link and generated your e-certificate. If you haven't, you can always, search for my name in the TeachSmart group, and you can ask me for the link and I will provide it to you, and you can generate your e-certificate there. We should wind up right now.
Yeah.
Is it okay, or there are any more questions? Okay. So thank you so much.
In case any help is required, I am on the TeachSmart group. Any of you can contact me there personally in case there is any query. I'll try my best to address all your queries. Thank you so much, Tapti. Thank you so much, TeachSmart, Nishu ma'am, for this brilliant opportunity. Thank you so much. And it was wonderful interacting with all the educators here. It was a very nice interactive session. Thank you so much.
So TeachSmart wishes a very big thank you to all the teachers who have attended today. And I hope that you keep attending more such webinars. If you wish to collaborate with us and conduct a webinar, then you're free to do so. Thank you. Thank you, Varuna ma'am. Thank you so much for this informative
Thank you
session.
so much. Thank you.
And thank you, Nishu ma'am, for making this happen. Okay. So we will end the meeting right here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.